Hello and thank you for joining me for your daily readings. So today we're taking a look at doing a self-love spread. Now obviously if you don't feel that you require to work on some self-love, then this probably is not going to be your reading, okay? You're more than welcome to go check out all of the other readings that I've already uploaded here on YouTube. For everyone else, thank you for your patience while I sort out your card deck. Also, please do keep in mind that this is still a general reading, so it might not necessarily resonate just for you in its entirety, okay? So you only take the messages that feel good for you, and you leave what doesn't for someone else, okay? Right, so how you currently see yourself, the Two of Coins, why you're not prioritizing your own needs, the Ten of Coins, how you can show yourself that you're worthy, oh, the Devil, okay, we're going to need to clarify that one, how you can be more authentic, the Knight of Cups, something that you're needing to release, the Eight of Wands, okay, and something that you need to acknowledge, the Ten of Wands, and finally a message from your higher self, from your spirit guides, the Six of Wands, okay. Right, so your current overall energy is the Knight of Swords. This is a very ambitious energy, your Knight of Swords. It can be very direct also. So this could be saying that you've been working on your communication skills here. You've been working on basically no longer biting your tongue, which is good, okay? I mean, certain situations require us to, you know, hold our tongue. In other situations, it's going to be unhealthy to do so, okay? When it comes down to your own boundaries, your expectations, your needs, that sort of thing, you know, you're feeling a lot more confident because this is a very confident energy to speak up and stand up for yourself, to not just allow someone to be ignorant to you, okay? So it's like, say if someone pushes in front of you ahead in the queue or whatever, there's one or two ways that people tend to go. The first one is that they say nothing and just put up with the insult, if you will, and then some others might sort of shout and scream and rant and threaten and this, that and the next, you know. Neither of those options are healthy, okay? The healthy option would be to be calm and direct and say, excuse me, you just pushed in front of me. I would appreciate if you get to the back of the queue where you're supposed to be. You know, that's being direct, it's being non-abrasive, it's literally Knight of Swords, very direct, non-abrasive, and having that confidence to speak up when grievances, if you will, are being aired, okay? Underneath that one, funnily enough, is the Magician, and that's a beautiful energy. That's that power, that confidence, that will to do things, to achieve things. It's very focused energy. It's the manifester, basically. So combined with these two together, that I'm speaking to a collective who've got a very firm grasp on what they will give permission to happen in their lives and what they will not, okay? Right, so your current energy, how you see yourself in this moment in time, is the Two of Coins. Yeah, so you do understand that you are incredibly busy, definitely multitasking, maybe getting a little bit more comfortable with making decisions. Perhaps that has been an issue for you in the recent past. You know, maybe you weren't great at making decisions, or a fear of making the wrong decision, which held you in this mode of inactivity, it could be, okay? For some, not all. But this is about staying focused, staying balanced and persevering, right? So you do see yourself as someone who is very, very reasonable, and as an individual who will put efforts towards a situation where where that situation deserves such efforts. So it's no longer, you're no longer putting your energy towards things that is just going to be a waste of your time. And that could be anything in your physical world. That could be relationships, okay? Perhaps there had been too many relationships in the past where it was all one-sided, you know, and that really can take its toll on someone. So yeah, with this Two of Coins, you're finding your feet again, you're finding your balance. That's, for me, with the way that that's illustrated, see how she's standing on a platform and then there's all the mountains in the background. That's, for me as a reader, that is someone who is a survivor. Okay, that's someone who basically refuses to bow down, and why should you, to others. Okay, it's a really nice, solid energy. Why you don't prioritize your own needs is that's the Ten of Coins. Because there's always this expectation that someone else needs more than you do. Okay, which again, circumstances. Okay, you've got to take it situation by situation, because obviously if you're going without all of the time so that others can have, what does that leave you with? Nothing. Okay, and nobody's going to benefit from that. So oh, that's interesting. So they're telling me that right, so they want me to use this example. A very old woman was a widower. She'd been a widower for many, many years, and she was quite well to do. She kept a very sort of modest house, and she didn't enjoy her money, basically. It was always stashed away. Okay, and then the inevitable happens and she passes away. And of course there was no will, there was nothing left. I say there was nothing left. There was no will left behind. So naturally, yes, the government took everything because there was nowhere else for it to go, right? Now, such a shame, because that woman, she actually did have family that could have benefited from what was left in the material world. And it was all wasted because government took it all. And she spent her life basically building up all of that, and for what? Right? So they're telling me to use that example there. They're saying, look, enjoy what you have while you have it, and make the most out of what you have while you have it. Because if you stash, and it could be anything. We're just using money as an example, right? If you stash it all away like she did and not enjoy it while you have it, or not leave any kind of will behind so that your family can get the benefit of that, then what was the point? You know, again, that's just an example, okay? That's just to describe why you're not prioritizing your own needs, with that being the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Coins. Because this is all about leaving some kind of a legacy, okay? It's family, it's home, it's house, it's privilege, it's affluence, it's ancestry, okay? It could be your roots. So something's tied up here with this Ten of Coins energy that makes you now feel that you're not entitled to enjoy what you have while you have it, and that others are going to need more than you do. Okay, now only you can answer as to why that would be, but it's coming out because clearly Spirit's wanting for you to think about it. And then you've got the Devil that's come out as how you can show yourself that you're worthy. Now, obviously, the Devil, that's really toxic, poisonous energy. It's very aggressive and obsessive and greed and envious and, you know, lustful. It's the chains that bind you, right? With this, I'm getting the message of it's time for you to indulge in a little bit of what it is that you like to do, okay? everything needs to be in balance here. So I definitely need to check out what that devil energy is. There are toxic, poisonous thoughts that you have about yourself, I feel. And that's what's keeping you chained up. That's what's keeping you bound. Because you're not giving yourself permission to enjoy even the littlest things in life. Because when you do that, you feel bad for it. You feel greedy for it. You feel guilty for it. And that's just false programming. Can you clarify this devil energy, please? Thank you. Yeah, the High Priestess. With the Queen of Cups, exactly. Exactly. So the High Priestess energy, that's someone who's got a very good connection to beyond the veil, to the universe. Okay, it's very psychic energies, especially when it's come out with the Queen of Cups as well. Because your Queen of Cups is already very intuitive, very feeling, very spiritual and creative. And the High Priestess, you all know what the High Priestess is. That's your intuition, right? So these two combined, I'm speaking to a collective here who is basically very, very psychic, very, very talented. They have a very strong connection to the universe and to beyond the veil, right? Spirit's asking for you to be open to receive the healing and nurturing from yourself that you're needing in order to help you to combat this devil energy that you've got going on internally, okay? You've got to trust in your own counsel first, okay? And trust in yourself that you can make a sound and solid judgment, okay? So you can show yourself that you're worthy by no longer repeating these extremely toxic and negative thoughts that are swimming in your head about what is going to happen if you enjoy yourself once in a while, if you treat yourself once in a while. You know, I'm speaking to someone here who was brought up in an environment where basically they were expected to look after everybody else, to run around after everyone else, to clean up after everyone else. And now as an adult, they're like, I can't spend anything on myself, not even a little bit, because then I'm going to get severely punished, devil energy, for doing that. So it's like someone's been trained here, that they've been trained from a very young age, that they're not worthy, that they don't deserve nice things, that they don't, do you know what I mean? And it's completely and utterly wrong. So the person who put those ideas in your head, basically they were benefiting from making you feel that way. Why? Because they wanted you to spend that money or that time or that energy and effort. They wanted you to spend all of that on them instead of you putting it on yourself. That's why they did it. Because they benefited from conditioning you in such this horrible way. And now that's why you're struggling to believe that you're worthy. Okay? Very, very powerful intuitive energies here that can easily overcome that devil energy right there. Easily. So you can show yourself that you're worthy by rewriting those messages that you were brought up with. And you know, because that's the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups, you know in your heart that it's ridiculous that you should feel so bad, awful and guilty for wanting to do something nice for yourself once in a while. You know how ridiculous that conditioning is, but it's still there. How you can be more authentic, Knight of Cups, yeah. Again, very spiritual, very gentle, loving energy. Okay. Maybe it's time to get in touch with someone who can help you. Because that's like a negotiator. So maybe there's some kind of therapist who can help you to renegotiate these thoughts that you have or something like that. There They're saying for you to use your imagination here as well when it comes down to what it is that you want. And see how there's that cloud filling up that cup. It's absolutely beautiful. It's almost like they're saying, look, let spirit help you to fill your cup type thing. So your spirituality can help you to fill that cup. It's like, yeah, spirituality, it can be therapy in of itself. It absolutely can be when it is utilized correctly, right? And only when it's utilized correctly. You can be more authentic here by getting in touch with your more sort of softer nature when it comes down to yourself and your more creative side as well, okay? Something that you're needing to release is the 8 of Wands. You're needing to release this expectation of when certain things are going to happen. It could be with this. But I'm also feeling that I'm speaking to someone who was always told that they were really, really lazy, and they're actually not. And so they were made to feel like they constantly had to be doing something. They constantly had to be on the move. And whenever you sit down for 5 minutes, you either get bored incredibly quickly, even though you're exhausted, or you get that negative voice in your head again that's ranting at you and ragging on you about being effing lazy, this, that, and the next, right? So then, as habits form, and you might not even realize this until I say it, do you walk fast? Everywhere you go, do you walk fast? Every time you drive, do you drive fast? Everything that you do you do it fast? Like really, really quickly have to wash the dishes, really quickly have to hoover, really quickly have to do everything super, super, super quick all the time. Because I'm getting the impression that somebody here does. They don't know how to chill. They don't know how to sit down for 5 minutes. Again, because of the conditioning that was received. Like this is someone who clearly has come from an extremely abusive and traumatic background. So Spirit's saying try by starting doing things slowly first and see how that feels. And you can start it with walking. Go for a walk around your block right now. And clock yourself walking too fast. So where is it you're going? You know, what's the rush? Spirit's wanting for you all to slow down. Go for that walk around the block and see if you can do it slowly. Not too slowly, you know, not agonizing slowly. Just a nice, brisk pace. And then have that nice, brisk pace as your new walking style. And then start translating it into other areas of your life, okay? Because there's 8 of them. There's lots of different areas in your life. And you can only do this one by one by one by one, okay? So start off with the walking. And then move it on to the driving. Or maybe start the driving one first. Because driving too fast is dangerous. As is driving too slow. Finding that happy medium, basically. Spirit doesn't want you to be going at 100 miles an hour 24 hours a day. It's time for you to break down that conditioning that you had and start reconditioning yourself. There's no other reason why that 8 of Wands would have come out under the question of what is it that our collectives need to release. Because that's super fast energy. I'm definitely speaking to people who are on the go constantly. And then they get knackered and exhausted. They need to have a break. But then when they do sit down for 5 minutes, their head is still going. and then start feeling guilty because they sat down for 5 minutes. Something that you need to acknowledge, the Ten of Wands. Yeah, burning the candle at both ends. A heavy burden. Too many heavy burdens. Too many responsibilities. Far too much stress. It's time to slow down. That's what you're needing to acknowledge. It's time to slow down. A message from your spirit guides, 6 of Wands. It's the Lord of Victory. A success. It's you reaching your goals. It's you being, oh, I just heard high achiever. So that's what this is about. Some of you were trained to be high achievers and then made to feel worse than useless for not attaining goals that certain other people set out for you. Always expected to be the high achiever and then felt like you never were. Well, your spirit guides are telling you you've already achieved so much. You just can't see it. You just can't see it. You can't see what it is that you've already achieved because you're looking over there at something else instead. Bring it back home. Bring it back in. The 6 of Wands is literally the Lord of Victory. You standing on the solid ground of your own achievements. Your guides are wanting for you to recognise yourselves. And more recognition and achievements will follow. They're also saying, see with that sunbeam, new hope. There's new hope coming in. And the white horse is all about freedom of spirit. You set the tone for your own life, not other people. They're saying for you to do, maybe consider, and you can have a look on YouTube for this, a root chakra cleansing meditation, if you feel that that might be beneficial for you. Because your root chakra, that's the base chakra, okay? That's the point of survival. And it deals with security and grounding. I'm going to clarify that one. Can you tell us more about the 6 of Wands, please? Because I feel that there's another message here that wants to come out with that one, but I'm just not getting it right now. Yeah. The Queen of Coins to the 4 of Cups. Yeah. See how they were saying you're already successful, you just can't see it for what it is yet. Because of some other different type of expectation that either someone else has put on you or you've put on yourself. And it's like feeling uncomfortable or dissatisfied. The fact that you haven't yet reached a certain goal. But it's kind of overshadowing or overwriting all of your other successes. Do you know what I mean? That's why it came out with the 4 of Cups. Because your Queen of Coins, that's someone who's very, very accomplished. Okay? That's not someone who sits around and waits on handouts. That's someone who legit gets their hands dirty. Traditionally, a Queen of Coins, the Queen of Earth, that's someone who is recognised as being either like a landowner, or they work the land, or they work with natural resources such as jewellery and stuff. She is absolutely fine getting her hands dirty. Loves it, in fact. A good day's wage for a good day's work. That's the Queen of Coins' motto. Traditionally. That's a bloody hard worker. That's not someone who sits and waits for shit to fall out the sky. You've already done so much. Don't pay attention to gender. Gender, it doesn't matter. But this is about your focus. Because your guides are telling me, at the moment, your focus might well be on the wrong thing. So they want for you to slow down a little and focus on what it is you already have, what it is you've already accomplished. Just because you're not where it is you're wanting to be right now, it doesn't mean to say that you're not successful. You're already successful. And if someone else that has an issue with you and they can't see that you're already successful, say for example a parent, an overbearing, overly critical, abusive parent, and they're like, why haven't you done such and such yet? Tell them to sod off. It's not their life, it's your life. It's your life. Just because they can't see your achievements and your successes doesn't mean to say that you haven't got any. You got plenty. You're sitting here in the Queen of Coins energy. Whether you're man or woman, doesn't matter. That's someone very, very accomplished, very abundant. Do you have a healing message for our collective, please? Healing message. Oh man, that feels heavy as anything. That's weird. One spirit guide, one way. Your life plan is unfolding as it should. Stand out to help others. Trust in the wise spirit and your prayer will be answered. Okay, so we're going to do the full healing message for that one. This one's number 33. So you could be seeing a lot of 333 at this point in time. And if you are, then it means that you are co-creating with the universe, with your spirit guides, for example, okay? You are co-creating with. Trust in the wise spirits and your prayer will be answered, okay? So anything that you're trying to achieve at this point in time, make sure that it comes from a good place and that it is in the interests of the highest good of all. Your life plan is unfolding as it should, okay? So don't fear everything is working out exactly as it should be. And send out help to others. So help out others where you can and make sure that it doesn't come at a personal cost to yourself, okay? So you can still be kind and generous and helpful, but make sure that you're not going without in order to do that, okay? Right, one spirit guide, one way. It says, clear your mind of all conflicted knowledge and trust the path you have chosen, and soon you will be moving towards more spiritual practices. This is a time for you to trust your spirit guide to help get you to the next level of your life. You have put in a lot of hard work already, but once you have turned the next corner, your path will open and your way will be clear. Trust your spirit guide right now. Yeah. So they're saying, look, your intuition and your spirit guides will never lead you astray. Okay? They always want to keep you safe. They always want what is the best for you. So even if something doesn't appear to make much sense at the time, trust, okay? Right, so I'm going to pull a card from one of our cheeky decks just to finish off the read, because it can bring in a bit of light-hearted energy back into the read. If you're allergic to swearing or sarcasm, then you don't have to listen, okay? I just like to use it, as I say, because it just lifts up the atmosphere before we close out the read. Right, there are people who dislike you because you don't dislike yourself. Yeah, there will always be people who will try and drag you down to their level when, in their opinion, you're above them. All right. They do say it's always the tallest poppies that get cut down first. Yeah. So, I mean, you could have found that the more you're building up your own self-confidence, that the more that you're building up yourself spiritually, the more haters you're going to come across as well, which sounds a bit weird, but it's absolutely true, right? You will come across a lot more haters the more confident you are, and that's because they know that they're not on your level, so they try and drag you down. This is true. The biggest revenge we can have on people who judge us is to love ourselves hard and for really reals. Some people are going to talk shit about you simply because you're shining bright AF. Shine on. Yeah. So that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that reading has been helpful to somebody. If you feel that you could benefit from a personal reading, then I am currently taking bookings on my website, which is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.